Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. Much milder, very windy and cool spring day here. Our temps are only in the mid 50s today. Very shocking since yesterday we had temperatures in the upper 70s. Today, much cooler, but yet very sunny, guys. So what are we going to talk about today, my loyal viewers and you, my precious subscribers? Stick around with me. Let me show you exactly what we're going to be planting today. So today, guys, I'm going to tell you and show you exactly how to plant and grow. Yes, guys, this is ginger. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to plant and grow an abundance of ginger at home, in your home garden, in a container. Yes, guys, you can grow an abundance of this aromatic, healthy, fragrant roots in your home garden, and you never ever have to buy another ginger root at your local supermarket. Why don't you guys let me know in the comments below if you ever attempted to grow ginger, whether you grew it in your soil, in a raised bed, or in the container. Let me know in the comments below. How was that experience? Was it successful? Do you guys have any possible questions for me? And if you guys are looking for that online channel that offers tips, tricks, and just easy yet proven gardening advice to take your home garden to that next level, then stick around, guys. You're absolutely in the right place. Start with clicking the subscribe button. And if you never want to watch by recommendations again, also click the bell icon. YouTube will notify you every single time I will upload a new gardening video. Now come with me. Let's start planting our ginger. In today's video, we're going to talk about ginger. Ginger is one of the most widely cultivated crops and used crops in the world. It's one of the first crops that was ever exported into the United States from Asia. Here is a ginger root, guys. In fact, it is not a root. I know many of us consider this to be a root. It is actually a rhizome. If you guys stick around in this video with me, I will tell you exactly why this is a rhizome and not a root. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to plant and to grow ginger in your home garden in a pot or a container. I'm going to tell you exactly which container you need to choose in order to get most success when it comes to growing ginger. I'm going to tell you how to pick out the correct ginger rhizome which you will be planting, what soil you should use, what you should amend your soil with. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to plant and grow ginger in your home garden. First and foremost, I want to start with explaining where you can get the ginger rhizome, which you will be planting in your container. Yes, guys, you absolutely can go to your local supermarket and purchase store-sold ginger roots or rhizomes. Here I have an example of the box of organic ginger, which I purchased in my local supermarket. It came with 4 roots or rhizomes. Some are actually very nice and large. All of you have seen ginger before. You can get regular ginger or you can get organic ginger. Why I prefer organic is because when it comes to organic produce, herbs, veggies, most of the time they're not treated. They're not sprayed with any sort of pesticide, herbicide, any chemicals which could be detrimental to your health or to your growing process. So now that I have my ginger rhizomes over here, so the rule when it comes to growing ginger is the larger your ginger rhizome is, the more ginger you're going to get, and the quicker your ginger will start growing. So the smaller the rhizome or the root, the longer you will have to wait in order to harvest your ginger. When picking out ginger at the supermarket, make sure to look for those eyes. This is an eye, this is an eye. The more eyes you're gonna have, the more ginger essentially you're going to grow. Also guys, the larger the ginger roots that you buy initially, the more ginger you're going to grow. So you're not going to get much from this little guy, even though you see the eyes, because it's so tiny, you're not going to grow much. So pick the largest roots that you could find, the largest rhizome. Also, for those of you who are wanting to avoid different chemicals and pesticides, organic might be the way to go, because organic produce is usually never sprayed with chemicals versus regular produce. The produce that's sold in supermarkets is quite often sprayed with a chemical which prevents the roots, the veggies, from sprouting. So let's take a look here. Look how large these rhizomes are, guys. Ginormous. Again, the larger the rhizome, the more ginger you're going to grow. And look at all these eyes already. This is exactly what you need to look for when selecting the ginger. Look how large this rhizome is. So look for the larger rhizomes, the larger roots, guys. Because again, the larger the root that you plant, the more ginger you're going to grow. So in this case, my packaging came with 4 ginger rhizomes. Some are on the smaller side and some are huge, absolutely ginormous and big. So if you are guys buying ginger for the purpose of planting and growing it loose, meaning you're purchasing it by pound, yes, you could do that as well, guys. Just select larger sized rhizomes, because the larger the rhizome, the more ginger you're going to get and the faster you're going to get your harvest. So when choosing loose ginger, again, choose the larger rhizomes. The bigger they are, the better it is. Other than the size of your rhizome, what else should you be looking for when it comes to selecting your ginger rhizome for the purpose of planting it and growing it in your home garden? You should always look for these. You see these sprouts right over here, right next to it over here? These are called the eyes. There's another one right over here. So these are called the ginger eyes. And you should always make sure that the ginger rhizome which you are purchasing has these visible eyes, as these eyes is exactly where your ginger will sprout and start to grow from for you. So basically, the more eyes your rhizome has, more shoots you will get, more plant. More eyes, more shoots equals more photosynthesis and more growth. So the larger the rhizome, the more eyes it will have. Hence, you will have more ginger plants and you will see the growth significantly quicker versus planting a smaller rhizome with less eyes, less growing points. So now let's talk about the container. Which container should you select to grow your ginger? And let me show you and explain exactly why that's the type of container you should be using when growing ginger. So right over here, I have 2 completely different planting containers. One is wider and taller, and one is wide yet shorter. You could see the height difference between the two. It's more elongated. So when choosing a container in which to grow your ginger in, which one do you guys think is the right container to choose? A lot of you probably will say this one, since it's taller, can handle more soil, more root depth. But no, guys, that is not the correct choice. When growing ginger, choosing the correct pot or a container is absolutely essential. And choosing a shorter, more elongated container like this one is the best and the correct way to go. And let me tell you why. So when the stalks come up from your ginger, the eyes, so when the sprouts come up, when it comes to ginger, they grow in only one direction, and the stalks grow across horizontally, guys, which is exactly why choosing a wider yet shorter pot is ideal. It's crucial, guys. Just make sure that your pot is at least 8 inches deep. Make sure it is shallower, not too tall. The depth here does not matter. It needs to be shorter yet wide enough to support this horizontal growth of your ginger rhizomes. So now let's talk about selecting the right soil to grow your ginger in. Soil should be organic, high in nutrients. And also, before you place your ginger rhizomes into your soil, make sure that you amend your soil with either manure or compost. Ginger likes to grow in high quality potting mix that's high in organic matter. So what I already placed my organic potting mix into my container. You guys could see that I did not top off my container with the soil. I placed about 70%, filled it up about 70%. Now what I'm going to do is, heavy bag, guys, I'm going to place quite a lot of organic manure into my organic soil, and I'm going to thoroughly, diligently mix everything in. Be very generous when it comes to compost or manure, and your ginger will thank you for that, guys. Very nice. There you go. Diligently mix it in. Give that soil that extra boost. There you go. If you choose so, guys, you can absolutely try pre-sprouting your ginger rhizome in a can of water or a container full with water, but by all means, that is not necessary. Your ginger will grow perfectly just fine when you place it like this directly into your amended potting mix in a container. So there's absolutely no urgency, no need to pre-sprout it, but if you want, by all means. One more tip, guys, when it comes to planting and growing ginger, remember, a thumb-sized chunk of a ginger rhizome can mature and become up to 36-inch wide plant. So choose your rhizome wisely. Again, the larger the rhizome, the more eyes, the more stalks you're gonna have. So out of my 4 rhizomes that I got in the box, I chose the largest one, which is this one. And right now I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to plant it in my container. You don't need to bury it deep, guys. You no need to do that at all. So you position your rhizome like so. I'm going to choose the center. And I'm going to cover it with about ½ an inch of soil. That's all it needs, guys. ½ an inch, maximum 3/4 of an inch. Do not bury your rhizome too deep, because remember, it doesn't grow down. It grows vertically across. And 1/2 inch of soil is just the perfect amount. And now I'm just going to cover the rhizome again with about 1/2 inch of organic potting mix. Remember, do not bury it too deep. You always have to consider the growing conditions of the plant which you are planting, like so. And now, after I am done, I'm going to give it a little love tap. And then I'm going to diligently water my soil. That is enough, guys. Remember, we're not planting potatoes here, growing potatoes. We're planting and we're growing ginger. So do not overdo it with how much soil you will be adding. Now let's talk about the growing conditions. Some of you might ask, now that I'm done planting my ginger rhizome, where do I place it? To answer that question, we need to understand exactly where ginger originated from, where it came from. Ginger came from Southeast Asia, which is what? It is a tropical climate. It prefers temperatures between 70 to 90 degrees. Loves lots and lots of rainfall, lots of heat, and lots of humidity. So if you guys live in a humid climate, humid environment, then ginger is the perfect plant for you to grow and to harvest. Also, when considering where to place your container in your home or in your backyard, basically in your home garden, just remember, ginger loves morning sunlight and prefers afternoon shade. It's a good idea to start growing your ginger in the spring. Why? Because remember, guys, ginger loves lots and lots of rainfall. And when do we typically get more rainfall? In the spring season. So when planting ginger in the spring, we're essentially letting Mother Nature do her job, do the watering job for us. Also, make sure that wherever you place your ginger container, your ginger plant, it gets 2 to 5 hours of direct sunlight, which is ideal. If you give too much sunlight, your ginger's leaves will begin to yellow. So if you see your leaves yellowing on your ginger plant, relocate your container, place it somewhere with less direct sunlight. So 2 more tips, guys, when it comes to growing ginger. If you see that your ginger's leaves are browning, what does that mean, guys? Not enough moisture. Your ginger plant is asking you to water it. And what if your ginger plant's leaves are turning yellow? What does yellowing leaves mean? Again, that can either mean that your plant is receiving too much direct sunlight per day, or it could also mean that your plant is asking you to give it that little help by adding some fertilizer. So if your plant is growing in a morning sun, afternoon shade location and your leaves are still turning yellow, my advice is to add some fertilizer to your ginger roots soil. One more piece of advice before we end this video, guys. What do you do if your ginger plant flowers? You do absolutely nothing, guys. It is not a big deal. First of all, those flowers are this gorgeous, bright, deep pink color and will add this beautiful pop of color to your landscape. And also, by the way, ginger flowers are absolutely edible. So why don't you give them a try? All I have left to do is to diligently water my container. But other than that, this is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on this milder yet sunny spring day in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. In today's video, I showed you exactly how to select ginger rhizomes, how to properly choose the correct container, and how to plant and grow ginger in your own home garden. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it to be useful, helpful, and just informative, show me that support, guys, by clicking thumbs up below. So easy for you to do, yet so pleasing and rewarding to me. Leave your comments below. Tell me all about your gardening zones. What have you guys planted so far in your home gardens? How is Mother Nature behaving in your gardening zone? And also tell me, have you ever planted or grown ginger in your home garden? Last but not least, subscribe to my channel, guys, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. Click the bell icon so you never ever miss any of my new upcoming gardening videos. Stay healthy, happy, and just be well, guys, and enjoy getting your hands dirty in your home gardens. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my new upcoming gardening videos. Bye, guys.